Hey everybody! Welcome to episode 1 of A Craft and a Cocktail. I am Sarah, this is Creative Ramblings, and here on this channel I share all kinds of simple, inspiring projects. A lot of that includes crafts, like this awesome shirt we are going to make today, and lately I have been sharing cocktails. So 2 things that I really like that I want to share with you today. So this is episode 1. This is actually the first time I have been live here on YouTube. If you've been following me for a while, I have done lives over on Facebook quite a bit, and I've done them on Instagram, but I thought it'd be really fun to take advantage of YouTube, a platform that I really love, and hang out with you guys on this Friday night. So I am going to do my best to keep up with comments. Say hey, let me know what you're doing. Follow along with me. Let me know if you have any questions. There's quite a bit of information down in the description of this video, so if you need anything, it's probably down there for you. So I'm going to pull up your comments over here so I can see what you're saying. And then we are going to get started with, this is our theme for tonight. We are doing St. Patrick's Day. It is officially March, so why not kick it off? So we are making a green cocktail and a St. Patrick's Day shirt. All right, so let's pull this up here. Okay, so we are going to start off with the cocktail. And I wanted to make something green, but I didn't want to use creme de menthe or kind of traditional minty or creamy Irish St. Patrick's Day drinks. A lot of them are whiskey based, Bailey's, creme de menthe, that kind of thing. So instead, we're going to do something sweet and fruity that is still green. Now, this cocktail was originally a Halloween cocktail, and it was nice and green, and I called it a witch's brew, and served it with eyeball ice cubes, and it was awesome. But I thought, why not adapt that and make it for St. Patrick's Day right now? So we start off with a rocks glass and fill it with some ice, and then we are going to use vodka, blue curacao, and pineapple juice. So if we throw it back to elementary school here, blue and yellow make green. So that's how we're getting our green cocktail tonight. So we are going to start with an ounce of vodka. And then this blue curacao is sweet and has a lot of flavor to it. So this drink tends to be a little bit sweeter. So we're going to start with only a half an ounce of our blue color here. It is a really cool color though. So we're going to add in a half an ounce of that. Then I like to use these little cans of pineapple juice because we don't drink a lot of pineapple juice and then it doesn't go bad in the fridge. And this is 6 ounces. So pineapple juice is pretty sweet. This is pretty sweet. We're going to mix it up together and we are going to get this awesome green color. And you can play around with the amount of blue and the amount of yellow to really get the color you want. Because right now it's kind of looking like an ocean blue, like a teal. There, look at that. That is a green drink. Now, like I said, this is a sweet drink. So if you made this, let's say, in a little bit taller glass, you can cut it with some club soda or some sparkling water to take down some of that sweetness, but it's pretty good the way it is. Delicious. So this is a fun green drink for St. Patrick's Day that is not your traditional whiskey-based drink or creme de menthe drink. It's still green. It's still green and fun for the holiday, but it's nice and fruity too. So now that we have our cocktail that is green, it is time to move on to our craft. So I'm going to put this away. And the craft we are making tonight is actually a shirt. It's this shirt right here. Let's put this away. But not the cocktail. We're going to keep this out. Okay, so we are making this shirt right here. Now, I made this one for my daughter, and she's 8 and still likes it when we wear matching shirts, so I'm totally taking advantage of that. So then what I'm going to make now is going to be for me, and it's going to match this one. Now, what's fun about this shirt here is it's made with heat transfer vinyl that I'm cutting with my Silhouette Cameo, and it's layered heat transfer vinyl. So we have this actually printed patterned vinyl here, and then we have a pretty mint green behind it, and then some white lettering on there. So layering heat transfer vinyl can be a little intimidating sometimes, but it's not that hard to do. I promise it can be a lot of fun, and you can make some really cool designs. So I am going to show you exactly how to make this and then what supplies you need. Move this over a little bit. All right, so what I think makes this look so cool is the patterned vinyl. And this is a new product that I have been playing around with. It is printed patterned heat transfer vinyl from Happy Crafters. And all the vinyl I'm using tonight is actually from Happy Crafters. There is a link in the description down below, and you could take a look at all of their printed heat transfer vinyl. If you have used heat transfer vinyl before, this cuts a little bit differently than regular vinyl. So I'm going to walk you through the cut settings for the different types of vinyl that we're going to use. So we are going to use printed heat transfer vinyl here in this kind of green plaid. Then we're going to use this pretty mint heat transfer vinyl, which is also from Happy Crafters, and then just a basic white to do the letters that are on there. Quick caveat before I get started. I had my computer all hooked up to my Silhouette, and I had tried turning it a little bit so that you could see what I was doing in it, and honestly it wasn't showing up. So I am going to talk you through it to the best of my ability. But honestly, I think the most complicated part of making a shirt like this is putting it on your mat correctly and cutting it correctly. So we're going to start there. So I first started with the patterned clover shape. And to do that, I just took a clip art file. You can get them from the Silhouette store, or you could draw your own, but you just need a clover shape. And for an adult shirt, I made mine about 8 inches square. Now, the key to cutting this vinyl is putting it on your mat appropriately. So for the patterned vinyl, you want to put it patterned side up down on your mat. And yes, I have a Silhouette and I use Cricut mats. You guys, I love Cricut mats. I've been using them for years. They're a little bit thicker. They seem to stick a little bit better. I really like them, and they work perfectly in my cameo, which I always like. So you can mix and match these a little bit. So you lay it down, design side up on your mat, and then we're going to run it through the machine. And when you cut it, I like in my Silhouette software to just pick this design settings that are there. So if I choose heat transfer vinyl, it tells me what settings to use. But my blade's at a 2, I think speed's at an 8, and usually 1 pass is enough to go through. So this is actually already cut. So we are going to weed this out, and I am going to show you how to put it on the shirt. Now, let me know if you have a Silhouette or a Cricut, and if you have crafted with heat transfer vinyl before. Whenever I craft with any kind of vinyl, I am really careful to save every little piece. Vinyl can be expensive, and I don't know when I might use this again. So I save all the extra pieces that weren't cut into. So now to weed this, we are just going to pull off the parts that I don't need. And then, here, let's pull it off first. So we're just going to pull off the top here. All right, so we have our clover, and I'm just going to make sure my iron is on here. All right, iron is on and good to go. Okay, so we have the clover. Now, unlike other heat transfer vinyl, this is face up. So when you order from Happy Crafters, you need to also order this heat transfer mask. It works like a transfer tape does for regular vinyl, and it's going to get our design from here to the t-shirt. So I am going to cut a piece that works for this. I cut of like this idea. I'll show you how to cut the other heat transfer vinyl, but this is just a little bit different way to do it, and it works really well. All right, so we pull off the backing, and then we just lay it over the top of the clover, and I'm going to use my scraper to just really push it on there. So if you craft with a silhouette or a Cricut often, this feels a whole lot like the process of transferring regular vinyl to, let's say, a wood sign or something like that. All right, so before I pull that off of there, I'm going to grab my t-shirt, and we're going to lay that out here. We are going to move this guy over. Okay, so I have just a white t-shirt here. We're going to center it. And all right, so now I'm going to take my clover, and I can just pull the backing off. And then I can lay this directly on my shirt. Let's see. Just like that. So laid on my shirt where I want it. Then I am going to grab my iron. And if you have a heat press or an easy press, like a Cricut easy press, this process is a little bit different. I have just a regular iron. It works really well for me. I'm gonna move my cocktail. And this is on a linen setting, so nice and warm. And I always like to put like a cheesecloth over the top of it. And then I'm gonna push with nice firm pressure for about 30 seconds or so. Let's move that out of the way. There we go. And so this is just ironing it on. And this patterned heat transfer vinyl is actually really soft and flexible. It feels really nice on a shirt like this. And they have it in a ton of different patterns. So I'm definitely going to be checking this out in other patterns as well. But I thought this was perfect for St. Patrick's Day. All right. So once we go over the top, before I pull this off, I'm actually going to turn it inside out. And I am going to do that same process on the back. And just do the same thing. Push it on there really well. All right. Now so making this shirt here, there are so many designs right now in the Silhouette store that you can actually buy. They're actually on sale right now. So I was looking at designs for like 69 cents, I think, which was pretty cool if you don't want to create your own. But if you like kind of designing your own stuff, this is really fun too. All right, so we'll turn it right side out. Pull this all open again. And then we're going to go one more time over the top just to make sure it's really on there. Figure do this well the first time, and then you're not going to have anything peeling on you. All right, then while it's still warm, oh, it's not quite on that side yet. There we go. While it's still warm, we're just going to pull it off. So there's our clover. And this is really cute, right? I think this is cute by itself. But now we're going to add the next 2 layers to it. And layering heat transfer vinyl is really simple. We're just going to cut the next piece and add it on. I want to make sure this is laying the right way. Okay. So the next piece we're going to cut is the mint green background for Lucky. Now a little bit about the font. The name of the font is down in the description box. It is a paid font. It was something that I purchased but I love it. There are so many cool things you can do with this font. So I just typed the word lucky. And then in my Silhouette software, I use the offsets tool. And what an offset tool does is it creates a kind of a box or an outline around your text or your shape, whatever you're doing. So it created that, what you see in that mint green box around it. I separated the two and then cut them separately. And what I like about this is it makes the words pop a little bit more, where if I had just put the white lucky on there, I don't know if it would show up quite as well. So I am using this mint green heat transfer vinyl. Now, you know the saying, measure twice, cut once. When you are using heat transfer vinyl, think twice, cut once. When you're cutting regular heat transfer vinyl, always, always, always put the colored side down on your mat. So we're going to put it down like this. And then you're going to want to mirror your image, because what you're actually doing is you're cutting from the back side. So what Silhouette does, and I love this, there's no way you can forget. I had everything ready to go in my design software, and I hit send to my Silhouette, and it said, do you want to mirror this image? So it reminds me to mirror the image. I said yes, I mirrored it, we're good to go. So I cut this out, again, just using the standard settings, and I am going to weed it here, and then we will layer that right on top of this plaid clover we have here. All right. There we go. There's something about weeding vinyl that is so satisfying. Like when it just comes off. So I've got all my pieces here. And we're gonna pull that off, and then, so almost there. I just need to pull out the middles. I have this auto shut off on my iron, which is super safe and good, but it keeps shutting off on me. All right, I have a couple more middles to cut out here. And I think that's it. So that's the background of Lucky. And then I am going to use the same process to iron this one down. I've got some fuzz in here we're going to take out first. Okay, so we're going to line it up about there, right where I want it. And then I'm going to take the cloth again and just with really firm pressure, push that on there. All right, so how do you all celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Are you like all out? Do you go all out and party? I would love to know. I have young children. This is my fun on Friday night. If you want to hang out with me on Friday night, come craft with me. That's what I do. But I'll be wearing a shirt for St. Patrick's Day and probably drinking a green drink. All right. So now we can just pull that off. Ooh, I'm going to iron it just a little bit more there. Definitely recommend to always pull slowly. I do this with vinyl on signs too. Just in case it's not on there all the way, pull real slow. Like that little corner wasn't on for me. Perfect. All right. 2 down, 1 to go. So the last layer is just a white heat transfer vinyl. And this one is already weeded, and seriously, this is an awesome font. This looks beautiful on signs. It looks great on shirts. Link is down in the description to find this font, but it's one of my favorites. And so this was cut exactly like the mint green. So it was down on my mat, mirrored the image, cut it out, and I'm just gonna stick it right where it belongs here. And we'll go over it with the iron one more time. All right. So we'll stick it on there. And really you want to push down for about 25 to 30 seconds with good firm pressure. There are a lot of ways to get heat transfer vinyl onto fabric. You can get a heat press, which does this for you in a matter of seconds. You can get an easy press from Cricut, which times out exactly how much time you need to iron your products on. There's a lot of different options out there. I like my iron, works really well for me. All right, let's give that a test and see where we're at. Perfect. Okay, now just to be safe, and I do this with all my iron on, is we're gonna flip it inside out and come at it from the back with the iron, just to make sure everything's on there really good. Now I make shirts like this a lot. My kids have shirts like this, I do, and if you do it right when you make it the first time and really make sure it's on there good, these hold up to washing and drying. They work really well. All right, so that's on there. Okay, I think that's it. Check it out. We made a lucky shirt. So now I have one and Lauren has one. And for as long as she wants to match me, we can have matching shirts. And my youngest daughter wants one too, so I think I'll be making a third one. But she's smaller, so I think I have enough vinyl left. So if you have any questions on how to make this, there are links down in the description. Otherwise, let me know. And I'd be happy to walk you through it. So this has been episode 1 of A Craft and a Cocktail. So we made a green drink here with vodka, blue curacao, and pineapple juice, and it is perfectly green for St. Patrick's Day. And then we made a St. Patrick's Day shirt so you can enjoy them together. So the next episode of A Craft and a Cocktail will be in 2 weeks. And the theme for the next episode is copper. And I'm just going to leave it at that. It's going to be copper. So there's going to be a drink and a craft that fit the theme. I will be live in 2 weeks right here at 8 p.m. Central. And I really hope you join me. If you are watching on the replay, be sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend and happy St. Patrick's Day.